Before sunrise, the lake kept its secrets, and I came to listen anyway. The first light arrived like a promise, turning fear into curiosity for a moment. I stepped into the haze, not sure if I was hunting answers or being led. Each step felt like a choice I'd already made, long before I understood it. Then warmth flickered in my hand, and the path suddenly seemed willing to open. In that glow, old meanings gathered near me, as if the air remembered language. I leaned closer, trying to read what couldn't be held, and it slipped away. When the fog thinned, a willow waited ahead, like a landmark in a private map. That's where she stood, as if she'd been expecting my doubt to arrive first. With one small gesture, she taught the silence to shape itself into something true. I followed again, because the lantern and her calm made retreat feel impossible. The world narrowed into a corridor of reeds, and my thoughts quieted to match it. Far ahead, a door appeared where no door should be, and I didn't question it. Up close, the carvings felt familiar, like a memory pressed into wood and waiting. The hinges complained, and the opening felt like a breath I'd been holding for years. I crossed the threshold, and the air changed, as if history had its own weather. On the walls, legends waited in charcoal and ink, refusing to stay asleep. I understood then. Every tale is alive the moment someone dares to notice it. I stood there longer than I meant to, letting those borrowed lives steady my own. She returned beside me without a sound, and I trusted her presence more than words. Without hurrying me, she led me to the heart of it, where the oldest roots listen. That tree held more than wood. It held the weight of countless remembered beginnings. When the leaves stirred, I heard what I'd forgotten, soft reminders of who I was. She placed her hand to the trunk, and a hidden way yielded like a willing secret. Inside waited a journal, and I felt it calling me the way home calls the lost. My fingers reached before my mind agreed, and the cover warmed under my touch. When I opened it, lives I'd never met rushed out, eager to be carried again. One story struck me hardest, a journey marked by choices that never truly vanish. I looked up, and the air felt different, as if the book had changed what I could bear. She only nodded, and somehow that small approval felt like a vow between us. Behind us, the door opened wider, as if the world itself insisted I continue. I stepped into that brightness, carrying the journal like a fragile truth I'd earned. When the light released me, I was back where it began, but not the same person. I held the journal tighter, and the lantern seemed to answer with steadier courage. I walked on, and when I looked back, she was there, guarding the threshold in peace. The path carried me toward the horizon, and the stories in my hands felt heavier. Soon the mist returned, not as a warning, but as a curtain drawn after a play. At the edge of it all, someone watched, as if measuring whether I'd keep my part. And the lake stayed timeless, letting old language flare once more, then fade to quiet.